I reserved a $3,500 haul for my daughter's sweet 16. The lights came on. Happy birthday, Sarah. My sister's kid. My mom clapped. We thought you'd be fine with it. My daughter forced a smile and whispered, "Don't worry, Mom." We left. That night I shut down every shared card. By midnight the chat was full of screaming texts. I should have known something was off when my mom kept asking for the exact time we'd be arriving at the hall. Not in a casual, "What time does the party start?" kind of way. It was more like she was trying to confirm when I'd walk into the trap. This party wasn't just a party. It was my daughter's sweet 16. I'd been planning it quietly for 4 months. I picked the venue with the high ceilings and velvet curtains, the one with the chandeliers Lily kept pointing to on Pinterest. We settled on lilac and silver, her favorite colors. I hired a DJ who could actually play music from her playlists without butchering the vibe, got a local baker who made these insane edible flower cupcakes, and spent extra on the photo booth because Lily said she wanted something fun for her friends to remember. I paid for it all myself. I didn't ask anyone for a dime. My sister Laura had mentioned Sarah's birthday coming up, sure. But Sarah turns 15. Not 16. Not even close. They've never celebrated together before. Different styles, different people. I honestly thought they were planning something small, since Laura had complained about money a few weeks back. Apparently that was a clue I missed. So the day came. I did Lily's hair myself and helped her pick out the silver dress she'd been saving for. We drove there, just the two of us. I was already tearing up watching her in the mirror, so happy, so calm, not suspecting a thing. We walked into the hall and everything looked perfect. The lights were low, the music was soft just like we planned. Lily was smiling. And then it happened. The music stopped. Lights flashed on. Confetti cannons went off from both corners of the room. And a bunch of people screamed, "Happy birthday, Sarah." For a second I genuinely thought we'd walked into the wrong hall. Then I saw the banner across the back wall. "Happy 15th, Sarah." In huge glitter letters. The cake was pink, not silver. The balloons were a whole other color scheme. And there, at the center table, were my parents, my sister, her husband, and Sarah herself already opening gifts. My mom waved us over like nothing was weird. She said they decided to combine the parties because it just made more sense and she didn't think I'd mind. She said Sarah didn't have anything planned, and this way both girls could celebrate together. Then she told me I could still do Lily's speech after dinner. Lily looked at me, smiled just barely, and whispered, "Don't worry, Mom." I didn't speak to anyone. Just turned around with her and walked out. We got home in silence. I told Lily to take off her dress and order whatever food she wanted. Anything. She picked Thai. I watched her eat in her pajamas on the couch and tried not to cry. Then I went into the bedroom, opened my laptop, and started shutting everything down. My mom had been using my gas card for over a year. Gone. Laura used one of my store accounts for groceries. I shut that down too. Amazon was being used by both Sarah and my mom under my login. I changed the password. Netflix. Done. I even checked my DoorDash account and found 3 recent charges that weren't mine. Cancelled it all. By midnight, the family group chat lit up like a bonfire. It started with my mom. "Emily, really? That was unnecessary." Then my sister. "What is your problem?" Then Sarah from her mom's phone, just sent a sad face emoji. And then it escalated. Laura said I embarrassed her in front of her friends. My mom said I humiliated Sarah on her birthday. My dad didn't say much, just dropped a "let's all calm down" text with a thumbs up. At 12:40 someone started banging on the door. I didn't even need to check the camera. I didn't open the door right away. Just stood in the hallway while the pounding kept coming, sharp and desperate. I could hear Lily in the living room, still awake even though it was well past midnight. The group chat was going insane behind me. Walls of text from Mom and Laura, mixed with short, pathetic attempts at de-escalation from Dad. I don't even think he knew what the hell was going on. When the knocking finally stopped, I waited another full minute before unlocking it. Laura didn't wait for an invitation. She pushed right past me and walked into the house like it was hers. Still wearing that pink cocktail dress, hair frizzy, face red and blotchy like she'd been crying or drinking or both. She dropped her purse onto the couch, turned to face me, and just exploded. She accused me of ruining the night for everyone. Said Sarah cried the whole way home. Told me I had no right to walk out and act like a victim, when we were all just trying to do something nice. She said I could have given Lily her little moment during dinner, that I was the one who made it a disaster. She called me ungrateful. Said our parents tried to save me money and I threw it back in their faces. I just stood there. Still hadn't said a single word. Then she did it. Walked into my kitchen, opened the cabinet where I keep the dishes. Not even the everyday ones, the hand-thrown ceramic set I got on my trip to Santa Fe with Lily, and pulled out a plate. Looked me dead in the eye and dropped it. Shattered. She grabbed another. Same thing. I moved forward but not fast enough. She smashed a third one, then a fourth. Each one echoing through the quiet house. It was like she'd snapped. Like the performance at the hall wasn't enough and now she needed a real audience. That's when Lily came around the corner. She didn't say anything. Just stood there watching her aunt destroy our dishes like it was normal. That was it for me. You're not my sister anymore. I said it. Calm, quiet. No drama. No yelling. Laura froze. Looked stunned for half a second. Then she laughed, called me pathetic, said I always made everything about myself. That I was bitter, lonely, and raising Lily to be just like you, cold and distant. She slammed the door behind her so hard a framed photo on the entry table hit the floor. Lily walked over, still barefoot in her pajamas, and crouched next to me to pick up the broken ceramic. We didn't talk about it. Next morning no one called. No one showed up. I took the day off, stayed home with Lily, let her sleep in. I cleaned the kitchen, vacuumed up every shard of what used to be mine, and packed the last of Mom's spare credit cards into a drawer. I'd already canceled everything, but I didn't want them near me anymore. 2 weeks passed. Silence. Then one Tuesday evening while I was folding laundry and Lily was upstairs doing homework, my phone buzzed. It was a message from Mom. No greeting. No apology. Just, Laura's house flooded. But, basement's ruined. Insurance denied most of it. She might need help. No context. No emotion. Like I was just expected to step back in. I didn't reply. But I knew what was coming next. The knock came the next evening. Come. No yelling, no drama, no glass breaking this time. I checked the peephole and wasn't surprised. It wasn't Laura. It was Greg. He looked like he hadn't slept in days. Rain soaked his shoulders, and he was holding a folded sheet of paper in one hand and a reusable grocery bag in the other like he had nowhere else to go. I opened the door. He nodded and asked if he could come in for a minute. I made tea without asking what he wanted. We sat across from each other in silence for a moment, and then he slid the paper across the table. It was a damage report. Cracked pipe in the wall behind their laundry machines, flooded basement, ruined drywall, water heater destroyed. Mold already setting in. A full gut job. Estimated repair cost, $10,874. He said the insurance company denied it because the leak had been slow, apparently something they should have caught. And now the contractors were warning them that if the mold kept spreading, it might reach the main floor. He wasn't trying to guilt trip me. He actually told me that if I said no he'd understand. That Laura didn't even want him coming here. But he said he couldn't watch Sarah sleep on the living room couch while their basement rotted under them. He also said something that stuck with me, that he was sorry. Not just for what happened at the party but for not stopping it. Said he'd overheard Laura and Mom talking about the surprise 2 days before and didn't say anything. He just assumed I'd roll with it. That's when I realized he actually believed that. That I'd just take it. Smile, nod, let my daughter get sidelined at her own party and call it family. He left without asking for money. Just said he needed to try. Mom called the next morning. I didn't answer, so she left a voicemail pretending everything was normal. Asked how Lily was, if she'd recovered from the party disappointment, like it had been a scheduling mishap. Then she said Laura was under pressure, the house damage was overwhelming, and that this could be a chance for us to come together. No mention of the plates. No mention of walking out. No mention of what they'd done to Lily. Just a clean little rewrite of the story, as if I'd been a moody guest who hadn't appreciated a shared celebration. That night Lily asked if Sarah was okay. I told her about the flood and she just said, "Sucks," then went back to her phone. No emotion, just flat. That told me everything. She was learning early what I had learned too late, that being quiet didn't mean being blind. I didn't sleep that night. I sat at the kitchen table staring at my account balances, all the things I'd put off. A new water heater of my own, the home office I wanted to turn into a guest room, a weekend trip Lily kept hinting at. I had the money. Not all of it but enough to make a dent. And I hated that I even considered helping after what they did. But I couldn't stop thinking about Greg. I believed him when he said he was trying. He wasn't like the rest of them. He didn't pretend it was okay. He didn't rewrite the story. He just asked. So I transferred $4,000 to his account the next day. No message. No warning. Just sent it and shut my laptop. He didn't respond. But Laura did 2 days later. One sentence. "Thanks. That'll help for now." No apology. No, I shouldn't have. No, I'm sorry for what I did to your daughter. Just cold gratitude. Like I was a bank. Like this was a loan that came with no interest and no expectation of decency. I didn't reply, but I felt it. That sick, slow realization that the help I gave, it wouldn't change anything. A week after I sent the money, the silence settled in like fog. Not peaceful silence, the kind that hums just under the skin like something's waiting to erupt. No texts, no calls, not even a fake apology. Just a cold vacuum where a family used to be. Lily never mentioned the party again. She buried herself in school and sketching, left early in the mornings and came home late like she was trying to dodge the air in our house. I let her be. We were both pretending, she that none of it had touched her, and me, that I hadn't just paid thousands of dollars to a woman who smashed my plates and stole my daughter's birthday. Then one Thursday night around 9:30 my phone rang. It was a number I didn't know. I almost let it go. But something about it, the area code maybe, made me answer. It was Sarah. Her voice was low and rushed. She asked if Lily was home. I said no, she was at a study session. Then she said something strange. I need to show you something. Please don't tell my mom. 10 minutes later she was at the door. Hair dripping from the rain, phone clenched in her hand. No bag. No jacket. Just her school hoodie and shoes that squished with every step. I let her in. She didn't sit down. She didn't make small talk. She unlocked her phone and handed it to me like it was evidence. It was a security cam video. From inside their house. Timestamp, 2:17 a.m. The night the flood happened. The footage showed Laura in a long shirt, barefoot, holding a wine glass. She walked into the basement, bent over the shutoff valve and turned it. You could hear the rush of water even on the small screen. She didn't react with surprise. She stood there for a second looking straight ahead. Then she screamed, dropped the glass. Sarah said she found the file by accident. Greg had been downloading footage to send to the insurance company and left the camera software open. She wasn't even snooping. Just saw her mom's name in a file and opened it. She didn't know what to do. She said Laura had been acting strange since the party. More controlling than usual. Checking her texts. Asking weird questions. Snapping at Greg over nothing. He thought it was stress. But no. I don't think she's okay, Sarah said. I believed her. She looked tired. More tired than a 15-year-old should. I offered to let her stay over, but she said she couldn't. Not yet. He just wanted someone to know. She made me promise not to tell Greg. Not yet. Then she left. The next morning I got a text from Greg. Thanks again. Laura said you're sending the remaining $2,000 next week? Just checking. I stared at the message. Took a screenshot. Then I called him. I didn't even say hello. I just asked, have you looked at your security files from the night of the flood? He paused. Then said no. Then asked why. I told him to check. Told him Sarah already saw it. And that I didn't want to be involved in this any more than I already was. He hung up. About 3 hours later he called me back. The first thing he said was, Jesus Christ. He didn't yell. Didn't ask for clarification. He just said Laura denied it, then said she was testing the valve, then broke down crying and claimed it was a symbolic act. That she felt unsupported, abandoned by everyone, and that if she had to drown in this family, someone else should feel it too. He told me he packed a bag and left. Took Sarah and went to his brother's place across town. Said he didn't know what to do yet. He wasn't ready for the police, but he also couldn't pretend nothing happened. I asked if Sarah was okay. He said she hadn't spoken since the call. Then that night, close to midnight, I got another call. It was Laura. No yelling. No drama. Just her voice, low and bitter. You turned my daughter against me, she said. Then she hung up. No explanation. No justification. Like that one sentence covered everything. I figured she'd stew in it, disappear again like she always did. But the next morning I woke up to Lily calling from upstairs. Mom? Someone's outside. I went to the door and there she was. Sarah. Curled up on the front porch in her hoodie, backpack clutched to her chest, pillow jammed behind her head. She hadn't knocked. She hadn't texted. She'd just shown up. And that's when I realized. Whatever was broken in that house wasn't just between me and Laura anymore. It was leaking into everything. I stood there looking down at Sarah asleep on our porch, backpack still zipped, one sneaker off, hugging her pillow like it was the last safe thing she had. She must have left before sunrise. Her hair was damp with morning dew and her phone, lying beside her, had 3 missed calls from Laura and 1 from Greg. No texts. Just calls. That told me enough. I opened the door slowly. She woke up instantly, didn't flinch, didn't ask if she could come in. She just got up, picked up her stuff and walked past me into the house like she'd been doing it for years. She didn't say anything until we reached the kitchen. I don't want to go back. I made her toast, scrambled some eggs, gave her space. When Lily came downstairs half an hour later, she just blinked like it was the most natural thing in the world to see Sarah at the table. They exchanged a look. Not surprise. Just quiet understanding. They didn't speak much that morning, but I saw Lily hand her a hoodie after breakfast, her favorite one, the soft gray one with the stitched daisy on the sleeve. Sarah didn't say thank you, but she wore it the rest of the day. Greg showed up around noon. He looked worse than before, eyes sunken, hair unwashed like he'd slept in his car. He stood on the porch and didn't knock, just waited. I stepped out and closed the door behind me. He said he didn't know she'd left. Said Laura had been yelling all night, accusing everyone of plotting against her, even Sarah. She tried to take her phone. Said Sarah pushed past her and ran out the door. He hadn't called the police. He asked if she was okay. I told him she was safe, calm, fed. Then he asked the question I knew was coming. Can she stay here? Just for a few days. He looked embarrassed, like he couldn't believe the words coming out of his mouth. I told him she could stay as long as she needed. But I also told him, firmly, I wasn't getting pulled into anything else. No more lies. No more, we thought you'd be fine with it. No more shared anything. He nodded, said he understood. Then he handed me a white envelope. It had my name on it. Inside were $2,100 bills. I found out she used your money to buy furniture, he said. For a new home office. She said she needed a fresh start. I thought you should have this. I stared at the cash. It wasn't even about the money anymore. But I took it. Not for Laura. For me. For Lily. And maybe a little for Sarah. That night, Sarah slept in Lily's room. They stayed up late watching some old horror movie and eating microwave popcorn. At one point I passed by the door and heard them laughing. Really laughing. It was the first time I'd heard that sound in this house in a long time. The next morning my parents showed up. Not a call. Not a warning. Just pulled into the driveway in Dad's old Buick and walked up to the door like they owned the land it sat on. Mom started in before I could say a word. She said I was escalating things. That it was family business, and I was making Laura look unstable, which only makes things worse for Sarah. She said I should have let them handle it. I told them both the same thing. No more. I wasn't asking them to understand, and I didn't care if they did. Then Mom said something I didn't expect. You've always liked being the one who's right. But sometimes family needs grace more than justice. I didn't answer her. Instead, I turned around and walked back into the house. Let the door close behind me without another word. Later that week, Laura sent me a message. Just one line. You've destroyed this family. I stared at it for a long time before deleting it. The truth was, I didn't destroy anything. I just stopped pretending it wasn't already broken. 2 weeks passed. Sarah was still with us. She settled in quickly like she'd lived in our house forever. She and Lily shared clothes, playlists, even snacks in a way I hadn't seen since Lily's old best friend moved away 2 years ago. They didn't talk much about Laura, or Greg, or anything really. It was like a silent contract between them. We don't look back. Greg checked in every few days. He never pushed. Never asked for anything. I could tell he was trying to fix things from a distance, maybe even prepare something stable for Sarah to come back to. But the truth was she didn't seem in any rush. Then one Saturday afternoon, Laura showed up again. No warning. She pulled into the driveway like it was hers, got out of the car in her oversized sunglasses and a fresh blowout like nothing had happened. She didn't ring the bell. She banged on the door with the side of her fist until I opened it. Lily and Sarah were upstairs, but I didn't call them down. She walked in uninvited, looked around like she expected to find some cult operating in the living room, then turned to me. You win, she said. She's yours now, is that what you wanted? I told her to leave. He didn't. She walked into the kitchen, saw her old wine glass still sitting in the dish rack, the one I'd stopped using after she'd smashed my plates, and laughed. Then she picked it up and threw it at the wall. Tattered. She looked me dead in the eye and said, "You're not my sister anymore." And I just said, "All right." That broke something in her. She looked stunned. Like she thought I'd fight back, beg her to take it back. But I didn't. I just stood there. She stormed out, didn't look back. The front door slammed so hard a picture frame fell again. Different one this time. I didn't bother to pick it up. 2 days later, the other shoe dropped. Laura's house was hit by a second leak, this time in the ceiling above the kitchen. Greg told me she refused to let the repair team back in after the first visit. She said they were spying on her. The water damage had spread upstairs. Buckled floorboards. Electrical issues. No insurance. No savings. He came to my parents. They said no. Dad told me privately they couldn't help. They'd already loaned her money the month before and she used it to buy new furniture. Mom tried to justify it, said she was coping. But when Laura asked again, this time for real money, they shut her out. So she came back to me. A full month after Sarah moved in, Laura showed up at my door again. This time no yelling. No drama. She looked smaller. Like she hadn't slept or eaten. She said she needed help. Not just financially. Emotionally. Sarah. With life. With everything. I didn't know what to say. I told her I'd think about it. That night Lily came into my room and said, "Don't. Please don't." She didn't say her name. She didn't need to. But still I helped. Not because I wanted to. Not because she earned it. But because Sarah was still a kid. Because Greg was still trying. And because I couldn't shake the guilt I never should have had in the first place. I paid for 2 mold inspections and part of the repairs. Cost me nearly $3,200 on top of the $4,000 before. Laura sent a text when the final transfer hit. Just, "Thank you." Nothing else. No warmth. No reconciliation. Polite. I didn't answer. 3 days later she posted a photo on Facebook of her in her newly painted living room. Same couch. New rug. Smiling. The caption, "New chapter. We rise." Sarah never mentioned it. Never even liked the post. Weeks passed. Summer came. Lily and Sarah started talking about applying to the same colleges. Sometimes I caught them making late-night tea together in the kitchen, giggling over some inside joke I'd never hear. One morning I found the old birthday banner in the back of my closet. I must have stuffed it in a box that night. Still read "Happy Birthday, Sarah" in glittery letters. I stared at it for a long time. Then I threw it in the trash. I didn't tell anyone. There was nothing left to say. This wasn't about forgiveness anymore. It was about finally letting it all go.